live, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Bets and Predictions. I was absent for match day, 31 for Bundesliga. I apologize for that, guys, but games are coming in so quick that it's just hard to manage, family time, work time, and, making these videos, having to edit them and all that stuff. So, sorry I didn't make it. Not like any of you guys missed this ugly-ass fucking face. But I'm back. And yeah, I'm just gonna move on from the Bundesliga because the Premier League is about to start. It did start with these two games that just happened, but match day 30 is gonna start, and that is the best league to watch if you're not a football fan, or as they say here in the States, a soccer fan, as the local fucking Yanks would say here in the States. Excuse me. That's why Europeans don't like us, because not only do we think we're the shit, excuse me, fuck, but we're so ignorant that we don't even call the sport football. The whole world calls it football, but here in the States, we're like, nah, we want to call it soccer, which makes no fucking sense at all. We call something you play with your hands football. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. But that's not the point of this video. And like I said, I'm going to get straight into the Premier League. Most exciting league to watch, especially if you're not a football fan, like most Americans. And it's because, us Americans, we don't we don't like watching games that the scoreboard goes up by 1, Our sports go up by at least 2. Like in basketball, But, whatever. Enough of that. Like I said, I'm going to move on from the Bundesliga. I'm going to go into the Premier League. I understand. I said this in one of my first videos that I did on Bets and Predictions, that if you don't want to listen to someone with a fucking American accent, I totally understand. I can't even stand listening to someone talking about football with an American accent. I automatically think, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. That's my first thought when I hear an American accent. So I don't blame you guys. If you want to hear that fucking shit when they talk like this, he goes for the nil, he goes for the equalizer. It makes more sense, Sorry, this video is starting to turn into like one of my podcasts. So if you guys want to listen to my podcast, go ahead and listen to them. Blinders Podcast. Yes, it's based off of that fucking show you guys have over there, The Peaky fucking Blinders. So, I just love that show, man. I love it. It's fucking amazing. And, again, Kenny, get to the fucking point. Nobody wants to listen to you talk about this stupid nonsense. We want to talk about bets. Okay, I'm getting to it. All right, let's get right into it. So, little review about the first two games that happened. Aston Villa versus Sheffield United. How pissed are Sheffield fans right now, man? That game was totally robbed, man. It's just, I don't understand how the Premier League is the only league that can't get their shit together when it comes to VAR. Being the most popular league in the world, you'd think they'd be on it. But, Sheffield United should be in 5th right now. They should have passed Man U on the table. They're currently sitting at 6. Man U's at 5th. They should have been above them, but they were robbed. But you know what? You have to move on. So then the next game, Man City versus Arsenal. Come on. It's Man City versus Arsenal. As soon as David Luiz came into the pitch, you knew this was going to be a 2-0, 3-0, 4-0 game, And, of course, he gets red carded and gets sent off. And Man City almost looked like they never took a break. Man City are just that good. It's unfortunate that Laporte had a long-time injury and he was out. If he wasn't out, I think that the table would be a lot closer between Liverpool and Man City. But we all know Liverpool's going to win it this year. Well-deserved, But let's move on. Let's move on to the first game. So the first game, which is Norwich City versus Southampton. And I'm using Bovada, okay? So I'm using the bets as of today, which is, what is the date? It's June 18, right? These are the numbers on Bovada today, right? So Norwich City versus Southampton. Norwich is at plus 220. Southampton's at plus 120. Draws at plus 250. And over and unders at 2.5 goals. Overs at negative 125. Unders at even. So neither of these teams can keep a clean sheet. Norwich is at the bottom of the table. I don't think they're going to be relegated for sure. I don't think they don't have enough games or quality to get out of the relegation zone. So they're going to definitely be relegated. However, Southampton, is in 14th place with 34 points. So, the bottom of the table is pretty close. They're with 34 points. Yeah. Everything is within like 2 games. So they really got to step it up, but they can't keep a clean sheet. If I had to choose a winner here, just so you guys know, most of these I don't know how these teams are going to play after this break, so I'm going to go with a lot of draw, no bets are going to be my recommendations because I don't know how these teams are going to do. But if I had to lean towards a team here, I lean towards Southampton. But if you don't want to do that, if you really want to risk it at plus 120, but I can definitely see a draw because I think both teams are going to score. So I think the best bets would be both teams to score at negative 160. But if you want to get a little bit more value and think there is going to be a winner in this game, you can go both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at plus 105, so a little over even money. Because both teams, I know I have a big chance both teams are going to score, big feeling both teams are going to score, and Southampton can edge that win with the 2-1 win. So if you want to take that risk, it's a good payout. It's a little over even, so that's not a bad bet. The next game is Tottenham versus Man U. Tottenham's at plus 195. Man U's at plus 140. Over-unders at 2.5 goals. Overs at negative 105. And unders at negative 115. Again, this game is very tricky, man. I want to say Man U to win because ever since they got Bruno Fernandes, they've just been the level of quality has gone up tremendously, and Pogba's coming back, so all these good players are gonna find ways to play great with each other. So I want to say Man U, but the fact that this break went on, Mourinho at Tottenham needed this break, and I think he's gonna want to come back for vengeance against Man U. And they got Kane back, they got Son back, so I think both teams are going to score. If there's a winner, I think Man U's going to edge it. So if you want to risk that, you could go on Man U for plus 140. But other bets that I think are of good value are Man U, draw no bet at negative 140. So you get less money, but it's a safer bet because if they draw, which I think is there's a very high chance of that happening, you get your money back. Or you can go for a straight draw. Because I honestly think this is going to be a draw. My first prediction would be draw, and then second would be maybe Man U edge it here and get the full 3 points. But draws at plus 240, so more than double your money. That's a great bet. And then, or you could do both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at plus 120, which is also a good bet. Next game, we're going to go with Watford versus Leicester City. And their weird way of spelling it. I would pronounce that Leicester City. No one fucking cares, Kenny. Okay, sorry. So Watford at plus 260. Leicester City's at even. Draws at plus 255. Over-unders at 2.5 goals. Overs at negative 115. And unders at negative 105. Leicester have dropped off these last few games. They had a great first run. Like when the league just started, they had a great run. But their game kind of just dropped down, And I think this break should do them well because they needed it. They needed this refresher. They kind of needed to click refresh on the page because their quality was dropping down. Their run wasn't good before the break. And Watford, on the other hand, being the only team to fucking rape Liverpool. I try to keep this as professional as possible, but sometimes you just got to say it. You got to say what you got to say. And them being the only team, so they're on different spectrums. So Leicester City dropped in quality and consistency, and Watford has been picking it up. So it's the old manager of Leicester City versus the new manager of Leicester City. And I can see Watford leaving here with a point, at least a point. So I think the best bet would be Watford to win, draw no bet at plus 145, because I feel like I don't think Leicester City are going to win at all. I think it's either going to be a draw or a Watford win. And I would do Watford draw no bet at plus 145, which is a good bet. Next would be Brighton versus Arsenal. Arsenal's at plus 130. Brighton's at plus 200. Draws at plus 240. Over and unders at 2.5 goals. Overs at negative 105. Unders at negative 115. I really want to say Arsenal to win. But after watching them versus Man City, I don't know, man. It's really hard to put any money on Arsenal and like, you know, have the confidence that they won't let you down. Luckily, David Luiz won't play, so that's a plus. Oh my God. I feel like Arsenal have the advantage because they got a game in. You know, they got this little feel warm-up of what it's like to play with no fans, you know, and they got, I don't think they're going to be too tired. It's only their second game back. So that's why I want to take that risk for Arsenal, but the safer bet, so that'd be, if you really want to risk it, I think Arsenal at plus 130 is not bad, because it is at plus. If it was at negative, I wouldn't do it at all. But if you want to play it safe, I think this is going to be an unders game. So I think it's going to be under 2.5 goals. So if you don't want to bet for a winner, you want to do under 2.5 goals at negative 115. I think that's a safer bet. Obviously, it comes with less money, but it's a safer bet. Yeah, that I don't know. It's really hard to. Let's just say I feel bad for Arsenal fans, for the fucking goodness. Okay. Next game. Sorry, guys. If you guys stop watching because of my impressions of the British, I totally understand. Sorry. Okay. I'm just having fun with this, all right, guys? YouTube ain't paying me, so I gotta fucking have fun with this shit. Next game. Sorry. Next game is West Ham versus Wolves. Easy. This is a fucking giveaway. Wolves are going to take this without a doubt. West Ham have some quality. I don't think they're going to drop down to the relegation zone, but it's Wolves. Wolves have been great this season. I think it wouldn't be a surprise. It wouldn't surprise me if they make it to a Champions League spot. We'll see how it goes with this whole Man City situation going, right? Where they might not even play Champions League next year. So they have a good chance of making it to the Champions League. If Man City don't, they're sitting in 7th place, only a game away from 5th place as of right now. So I think they're going to get this win. You know, Jimenez is just on a roll. You know, they're really good. You know, they're a really good team. I love them. I don't want to be a bandwagon, so that's why I don't go for like Liverpool or Man City as much as I love Man City because of Pep Guardiola being a former Barcelona player and coach and giving us the treble. I go for Chelsea because, if I'm being honest, because I mean they just signed Werner. I feel like I say it with such a stupid American accents are fucking stupid. But if I'm being honest, it's because I have to support my local Yank, which is Pulisic, which is looking like he's not even going to play much this year because of next year because of all the signings going on. But, yeah, back to the point. Wolves are going to take this. Sorry, guys, I could be getting off track. West Ham is at plus 250. Wolves is at plus 110. Draws at plus 240. And over-unders at 2 and 2.5 goals. Overs at negative 130. Unders at plus 105. I see nothing but a Wolves win here. So if you want to go for a straight Wolves win and not complicate things, they're at plus 110, which is a good bet. You get a little over your money back. Or you could do Wolves and under 4.5 goals at plus 145. I think that's a good bet. I think they're gonna win 2-0, maybe 3-0. But that under 4.5 gives you that 3-1 win. So that's a good bet for more money. Or you can do, Wolves is a team that doesn't really start off strong. And especially with all these games coming back to back, they're going to be a team that relies on getting the other team tired first. So if you really, 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 really want to make some money, I can see you can bet a halftime draw and a full-time Wolves win. I could see this game being 0-0 halftime. Everybody's trying to get up to speed. So everybody's trying to feel, the game a little bit. It's kind of like in boxing. In boxing, you get the first few rounds, you feel out your opponent first, and then after the third, fourth round, you kind of like start putting some pressure in. So that's how I think halftime draw to full-time Wolves is at plus 425. So that's quadruple. Is that how you say it? Quadruple your money. If you get that. But if you don't want to complicate things, a straight-up Wolves win is a good bet. Because I see nothing but a win here. Bournemouth and Crystal Palace looks like a boring-ass game. I'm not going to watch this one, if I'm being completely honest. I can see a draw here. Bournemouth's at plus 145. Crystal Palace is at plus 190. Draws at plus 230. Over and unders at 2.5 goals at negative 15, both of them. I see you can do under 2.5 goals at negative 115. I don't think either this game's gonna go over 2 goals. You can even put for more money. You could put both teams to score no and under 2.5 goals, which is at plus 120, which is a good bet. So that's enough of that game. Next game, Newcastle versus Sheffield United. Sheffield are going to be very disappointed that they did not get that win versus Villa. But, I didn't even write this game. Or did I? Sorry, guys. I have my notes here and I didn't write it. Fuck it. Let's freestyle it. Sheffield United's problem is that they don't get many goals in. Their wins are 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. And even then, they don't get many goals in. But their defense is solid. And they're at 6th in the table right now. So they've had a great season right now. They're doing really well. Newcastle Newcastle's in 13th. So 6th versus 13th. I can see Sheffield United because they want to get that win after a disappointed draw versus Aston Villa. Newcastle's at plus 230. Sheffield's at plus 135. Draws at plus 205. Over-unders at 2 goals. Over at negative 120, under at even. I would put what are my best bet be? I think under 2.5 goals would be my best bet, which is at 2.5. Sorry guys, hold on, I'm doing this live. I didn't write it on my notes. It's not even that great. It's at negative 185. It's not even a good bet. I mean, if you want to stick it in a parlay, but even then, I wouldn't trust it. So, under 2 doesn't sound bad at even money. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So, if there's a 1-1 draw, you get your money back. It could be a 1-0 win to Sheffield or a 2-0 win to Sheffield. Or you could put both teams to score no is at, it's probably going to be bad odds too. Sorry guys. Both teams no at negative 140. Not bad. You could do that. I don't think both teams are going to score, so you could do that. It's not a bad bet. All right, so let's move on to the next game, which is, let me flip my page of my handy dandy notebook. We just got a letter. Aston Villa versus Chelsea. My team, Chelsea. So, I see nothing but a Chelsea win here, especially after seeing Villa play versus Sheffield. Nothing but a Chelsea win here. They're fighting. They should have a lot of pressure to stay in the Champions League positions because Man U is on their ass. Excuse me. As well as Sheffield United, as well as Wolves. And they're getting a bunch of signings, good signings, like Werner and Ziyech, who want to play Champions League. That's why they're coming to Chelsea. And I think they're going to stay in top 4. But in the beautiful game, you never know. But I see nothing but a win here. However, Villa should have probably been at least 2-0 in the first half versus Sheffield United. So I wouldn't count them out to score at least once in this game. Excuse me. But I think the best bet here would be Chelsea to win and under 4.5 goals because the odds are great, and I don't think this is going to be a 5-goal game. So Chelsea and under 4.5 is at even. Great money. Great money right there. I highly recommend. You know what? I'm not even going to say that because if you guys fucking lose, I don't want you guys to be like, what is fucking Yank said he was fucking highly recommended. So, yeah, Chelsea to win that game. Next game, we're almost done here. We need 2 games left. Next game is Everton versus Liverpool. Great game. This is one of these games where I wish there were fans because Everton relies so much on their fans, and going to the Goodison Park, it would have made it that much more difficult for Liverpool. But I feel like that's gonna give Liverpool the edge in this game, and I think Liverpool are gonna win. They're just unstoppable. Unless they're playing versus Atletico. That sucked. You know how much money I lost in that fucking game? Who would have thought Atletico Madrid was going to beat Liverpool? But Liverpool to win and under 4.5 goals would be the best bet. You can even do under 3.5. I think this is going to be a 1-0 Liverpool win or maybe 2-0. I don't even think both teams are going to score. So, I mean, you can even do under 3.5 if you want to risk it, but that 4.5 gives you that 3-1 score and still get a win. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Where am I at? So you can even do Liverpool. So Liverpool to win and under 4.5 is even. But if you want to do under 3.5 and Liverpool to win, that is at plus 150. Great bet, too, if you want to take that extra risk. Or what's that? Both teams to score no. Both teams to score no is at plus 105 because that's also a good bet. Because, like I said, this is going to be a game. Liverpool's not going to win by more than 2 goals. For sure. That's what I believe. Although Klopp has a tendency of hyping his players up really good. So, the best bet, Liverpool under 4.5 and to win. That would be my best bet. Man City versus Burnley. The odds aren't even fair for this game. Man City. Sorry, did I even say the odds for the other game? Sorry. Aston Villa was at plus 475. Chelsea's at under 200. Draws at plus 335. Over and unders at 3 goals, both at even. No, overs at even. Unders at negative 120. Everton versus Liverpool. Everton's at plus 450. Liverpool's at negative 180. Draws at plus 315. Over-unders at 2.5 and 3 goals. Overs at negative 120. Unders at even. And then Man City game. Man City's at negative 750. Burnley's at plus 1800. Over-under is at 3.5 goals. Over at negative 120. And under is at even. So I see nothing but a City win here. And if you want to do a spread, I think the best spread would be negative 1.5. Nah, that's at negative 235. That's not good. Negative 2. So if they win by 2, you get your money back. That's at negative 170. That's not even the best either. Man City to win both halves. That's a good one at negative 105. Or Man City and no for both teams to score at negative 115 is also a good bet because they can win to 0 here. And with Laporte back, their defense was just rock solid versus Arsenal. Although Arsenal did give them a run for their money in the first half of the game. But yeah, the one with the least amount of risk obviously gives the least amount of money, which is a -2 spread at -170. But if you feel a little more risky and still at good value, Man City win both has at -105, and Man City to win. Man City and no for both teams to score. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys on the next one, and I wish everybody the best of luck. And if you like this video, like because it just really makes me feel good about myself. And if anything you want to tell me, if you want to call me a cunt, go ahead in the comments. If you want to just just say, shut up, you fucking yank, you fucking American cunt, you fat fuck. I know you guys all think we're all a bunch of fat fucks, and you know what? Fair enough. We are. I haven't been to England, so I don't know what the fuck you guys look like, so I can't say anything. But I'm sitting here acting like there's people overseas watching this video. Yeah, there is. Let me know, because there's a very high chance that there is. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.